Yeah.
Hello, Christchurch, Manchester. We're coming up to that time of year where we do Give Big. And usually how we do it is in November we take a Give Big which we give away to different projects that work with the poor. So last year we gave to Barnabas in Manchester, we gave to Oasis in Gorton, and we gave to churches in the east of Ukraine. And we raised well over 30,000 through the generosity of the people of CCM who just gave and gave and gave. And we then gave it all away. It's great fun. It's one of my favourite times of year. I just get to press send on this money that goes to these different places. And usually in May we do a special offering which is for different projects within CCM. So School of Theology, School of Ministry, the kind of music that we do, all of which has been funded again through the great generosity of the people of Christchurch, Manchester. And we were coming up to this Give Big time again. And as leaders, we were talking about it, and none of us felt very comfortable with just going ahead as normal. There's so much going on in the world. Life is changing so quickly for some people. We thought, let's just pause and wait. And then we got an email from Simon Holly, who leads the Catalyst group of churches, which CCM is part of. Actually, he preached at the Fallowfield evening meeting, and that's well worth a watch. He just said, look, they are now getting at Catalyst contact from numbers of different church leaders in developing world countries who are beginning to experience quite extreme pressure, and their people are as well. So places like Pakistan, Liberia, Nigeria, Uganda. We are also aware of situations developing in the east of Ukraine, which really places where people go out to work that day, either as farmers or whatever they do, to earn the money to buy food to eat that day. And when you're in lockdown, you cannot do those things. Also, countries in Central Africa had actually been experiencing plagues of locusts had eaten the crops. And actually, it would be bigger news if COVID wasn't happening. So many of these people have lost their crops, are now looking at starvation because they're not allowed outside their house. And so one particular pastor said people are emailing him or phoning him saying, my people are starving. Actually, they don't have food to eat. This is a pretty extreme situation. So Catalyst are going to set up a crisis funds, and so CCM, we're going to get involved in that. Our Give Big is just going to go to that. So still give to CCM as normal. We will get that money and we'll distribute it back to Catalyst. And they are going to spend it on food and medicine. They're not going to put any of it into admin or anything like that. Simon has said it will all go direct, which is great. We're really behind that. And food and medicine is what it's going to go to. So please pray, okay? Me and Vic, we prayed, we talked. Even our kids talked about what they want to give. And it's a time of anxiety and difficulty for many people, even in Manchester now, when you may work for companies that are furloughing you, even you may work for organisations you might think, I don't know if this is going to exist in a few months. Actually, this is a time of difficulty for lots of people, and we're deeply aware of that. So it's between you and God. Go and pray, Lord, what do you want us to do? And I think in these times, it's important to remember, actually, we're not self-sufficient. Actually, we need our Father in heaven to look after us. And also, we can actually be part of the way that God looks after other people. We can step outside of our own situations and say, yeah, we can stand with people who are experiencing quite extreme difficulties that we're not aware of. So we do live in a country where furloughing is possible, but in many of these nations we're helping, they just don't have the economy and the structure in place to do those things. So CCM, even small amounts of cash can go a long way in these situations. So please go pray, talk amongst yourselves. What can we give? Thanks very much.